అనేటువంటి విషయాన్ని ఇక్కడ చాలా చక్కగా ఈ పోయంలో చెప్తాడు. Hello. Good morning, my dear junior inter students. You are most welcome to this virtual classes. As you know, little by little, the situations are getting better, and very soon you can come back to colleges and classes will be very regular. To fill the gap, the Board of Intermediate Education and also APREI Society has introduced the virtual classes even for the junior inter students also. Welcome. This is our second English class. In our first class, we have seen a letter to his son's teacher by Abraham Lincoln. Hope you might have understood and done a little bit at least the assignment given. Okay. As you know, the first year intermediate English textbook has three important parts: prose and poetry, supplementary reader, that is extensive reading, a few stories, next grammar, communication skills. These are. So we have started the prose lesson, and in this class, let us see a very beautiful poem. This is my prayer to thee, my Lord, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Actually, this is a very wonderful poem. Rabindranath Tagore, as you know, is not only a poet, he is a wonderful playwright, essayist, artist, a good painter, musician, and a very good essayist. You see, Rabindranath Tagore is one of the best Indian writers in English. He was born on 7th May in 1861 in Kolkata. It was during the British rule. 1861 he was born in. He was from a Bengali Brahmin Jamindari family. Culturally and financially very rich family. His parents were Devendranath Tagore and Sharada Devi. Unfortunately, our Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore, lost his mother when he was in infancy. When he was a small kid, he lost his mother. His mother died. So, lifelong he was longing for mother's love. And often, in most of his books, he talked about his mother's love. He did not have formal schooling and college. We can say even in UK, he did not regularly go to college. He married Mrinalini Devi. He had 5 children, 3 daughters and 2 sons. A very good poet, writer, painter, composer, philosopher, whatnot. We can call him a multifaceted personality. Look at the picture. He looks just like a saint, a very simple man, but a great Indian writer, a very excellent Indian writer in English. His works are very famous. For instance, our national anthem was written by Rabindranath Tagore. Not only us, Bangladesh national song is also written by our Rabindranath Tagore, such a tremendous writer. He loves nature. He often says nature is his first guru. He spent most of his time in nature. He loved nature. Nature was his first guru. So why he founded Shantiniketan, an open air school, and it has become very famous. When we see his works, the best work is Gitanjali, collection of songs, offering songs to God. Gitanjali is not a single poem, it is a collection of 100 plus songs. When we see the English version, there are 103 songs. Gora novel, Postmaster, Kabuliwala, and National Anthem for India and Bangladesh, and his other poems, short stories. He is very excellent in writing short stories with the subject of Indian soil, Indian culture. His Gitanjali in English version spread all over the world. The people of different universities read and they were really shocked and surprised to find such beautiful presentation and such a beautiful offering to God. So, this composition, collection of songs were really very wonderful, and they brought him, they bagged him the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. Rabindranath Tagore received, and this great man died on 7th August 1941 in Kolkata. When we see every song in the poem or Gitanjali, it is with a touch of patriotism. Every song has some kind of touch of patriotism. As he was in British India, he knew pretty well the treatment of the English people. So he motivated Indians through his literature of different genres to become united. He provoked through his literary works to become one and become individual, become one and fight for our freedom. Such a very extraordinary writer, our Rabindranath Tagore. The present poem, This is My Prayer to the Milord, is taken from Gitanjali. As I told you, Gitanjali has 103 songs in English version. This is the 36th song. This is the Nobel Prize winning composition of the English version. The enlightened poet Rabindranath Tagore received the Nobel Prize for his Gitanjali because of its theme, because of its extraordinary presentation. Very good interesting offering to God. How beautifully he offers his prayer to God. This is the prayer. But this prayer is not an individual prayer. This is a universal prayer. This prayer represents to all Indians here. It is prayer of every Indian. He prays to God for the sake of the nation, for the sake of freedom, for the sake of people's safety, security, and unity. It is a prayer to God to give our Indian people good strength, spiritual strength. He is not asking for material strength. He is asking for spiritual strength. He talks about spiritual strength and richness. He doesn't talk about any kind of material poverty, material strength. He doesn't want any spiritual weakness in his heart. He wants to be rich spiritually. He prays to God to drive away all bad qualities, evil qualities from his mind, the wickedness, because the wickedness is the weakness of the mind and soul. He talks about. He wants it to be removed from the very root of his heart. What has to be removed? The poverty. What kind of poverty has to be removed? Spiritual poverty. When we have that spiritual poverty, we lose the quality of compassion. We lose the quality of helping others in their need. We lose helping our fellow beings when they are in need. So he prays to God to remove the penury from his heart, the poverty from his heart. So he prays to God to strike, beat in this poem. See, he prays for strength to bear joy and sorrow at the same wavelength. So we should not feel very, very happy, roll on the ground because of winning or getting success, or when we are very happy. And at the same time, we should not be totally upset when there is some kind of sadness or sorrow or any kind of failure. Both joy and sorrow should be faced with the same kind of tempo, at same wavelength. That kind of strength he is praying for. He is praying to God for a strength that should be very special in an equanimity, the strength of equanimity to bear or face the joy or sorrow. He wants to serve the people. Rabindranath Tagore wants to help the people, serve the people. He wants to be one with the poor. He doesn't want to be away from people and live materialistic, luxurious life. He doesn't want to disown the quality of compassion. He doesn't want to bow to the insolent people. I mean, the British. They don't know respect. They are rich, but they don't know how to respect people. He doesn't want to bow to their strength, to the strength of the British. He never liked to stand before them, kneel down before them, fold hands before them. He wanted to have his own individuality. It was his prayer to the God. He is praying to God to give him such strength. The poet wants to surrender himself to the God completely. And always his service is to the God. He wants to serve for the people. And that is the great service to God. So he wants to surrender himself completely to the will of God with complete love. He prays to God to give him strength for all these things. For all these things. So, this is the simple background about the poem. This is my prayer to thee, my Lord. This is a very simple poem, but very great meaning. The theme of the poem is praying to God for strength, but the strength is very different strength. So let us see the poem in detail. Look at the picture of Rabindranath Tagore, how simple he is. Look at the clarity in his thought and look at the clarity on his face. Actually, Rabindranath Tagore was always very simple. The picture can easily uh, tell us the simplicity of Rabindranath Tagore. He was always very simple. He lived a very simple life. He loved simplicity. Actually, we can't say whether he was totally believed in God or not believed in God. But his philosophy is very different, agnostic philosophy. What he says, there is some kind of power or energy that is beyond our human knowledge. That may be considered God. So God is somewhere, everywhere. He is the omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. He is the Almighty. So before going to the poem, let us say something. Why do we pray to God? ఇక్కడ రవీంద్రనాథ్ ఠాగూర్ మనం ఎందుకు దేవుణ్ణి ప్రార్థించాలి అనేటువంటి ఒక క్వశ్చన్ వేసుకుంటున్నాం. What do we wish for when we pray to God? Actually, we wish for ourselves. Why do we pray to God? For some kind of demand, to ask for some kind of favor. This is the answer that you also give. So, my dear students, when there is a question, why do we pray to God? Quite naturally, before examinations, we pray to God for some kind of favor in the examinations. The same way, every person prays to God for some kind of selfishness. But is there anyone who can pray to God for the universal goodness? If at all there, if at all any person is there, he is none other than Rabindranath Tagore. It's a universal prayer. Here is one such prayer by Rabindranath Tagore. Let us see. This is a wonderful poem. Actually, this poem is a very excellent one. We can sing the poem every morning in our prayer also. So most of the songs in the collection of poems, Gitanjali, is in the, every poem has its own goodness, value. And this 36th song is a very different one because it is a special prayer. The prayer, daily we pray to God. Oh my God, give me strength to do this. Oh my God, give me some money to buy lands, to buy new houses. This is our prayer. Oh my dear intermediate students, listen. ఇప్పటి వరకు మనం రవీంద్రనాథ్ ఠాగూర్ గురించి చూసాము. ఈ పోయం ఎటువంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో వ్రాయబడింది అనేది చూసాము. ఒక్కసారి గమనించినట్లయితే ఇది దిస్ ఈస్ మై ప్రేయర్ టు ది మిలాడ్ అనేటువంటి ఈ పోయం ఒక ప్రత్యేకమైనటువంటి ప్రార్థన. అందరూ స్వార్థంతో ప్రార్థన చేస్తే మన విశ్వకవి గురుదేవ్ రవీంద్రనాథ్ ఠాగూర్ గారు ఈ విశ్వం కోసం, ఈ దేశ ప్రజల కోసం ఈ ప్రార్థనని భగవంతునికి సమర్పిస్తున్నారు. అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ శక్తిని కావాలి, ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి శక్తి కావాలి. కానీ ఆ శక్తి ఎందుకు అనేటువంటి విషయాన్ని ఇక్కడ చాలా చక్కగా ఈ పోయంలో చెప్తాడు. స్వార్థంతో తనకు మాత్రమే శక్తి కావాలి అనేటువంటిది ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ చేసే ప్రార్థన. కానీ మన రవీంద్రుడు చేసేటువంటి ప్రార్థన చాలా ప్రత్యేకమైనటువంటిది. అతని మనసులో ఎటువంటి పరిస్థితిలోనూ పేదరికము అంటే ఇతరులకు సహాయపడలేని ఆ గుణము తన మనసులో ఉంటే అది పేదరికానికి సంబంధించినది. అలాంటి పేదరికాన్ని తన మనసు నుండి పూర్తిగా తొలగించి వేయమని ప్రార్థిస్తున్నారు. అలాగే ప్రత్యేకమైనటువంటి శక్తి కోసం ప్రార్థిస్తున్నారు. ప్రజలందరికీ, అవసరాల్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి సహాయపడగలిగేటువంటి ఒక మంచి మనసు, దానికి తగిన శక్తినివ్వమని భగవంతుణ్ణి ప్రార్థిస్తున్నారు. Here is the poem. This is my prayer to thee, my Lord. Strike, strike at the root of penury in my heart. You see how beautiful the first two lines are. Oh my Lord, this is my prayer to thee. I have given the meanings. Thee, thou, thy, thine. These four are very special poetic words. Mainly these words are used in poems to refer God. Meaning is you are your. Oh my God, this is my prayer to you, my Lord, my God. What is my prayer here? Strike, strike at the root of penury in my heart. There is penury in my heart, poverty. It is not materialistic poverty. It is spiritual poverty. You beat that poverty from my heart. You remove the poverty of selfishness, the poverty of not helping, the poverty of cruelty. You remove that poverty from my heart. Strike, strike, beat, remove the roots from root level. Once again, they should not be the same quality of poverty. So here this penury means poverty. Here poverty refers to spiritual poverty. So my heart should be filled with the quality of compassion. Give me the strength lightly to bear my joys and sorrows. I want strength, my dear God. My Lord, I want strength. What kind of strength do I need to bear my joys and sorrows lightly? When there is utmost happiness, I should take it in a very light way. I should not roll on the ground. I need not feel jump. When there is sorrow, I should take it very lightly. I should not totally upset. That strength I need it now. I pray for that kind of strength. The strength which treats the joy and sorrow at the same tempo or wavelength. To consider them, to take them very lightly. Oh my God, give me the strength to face joy and sorrows with equanimity. Give me the strength to make my love fruitful in service, in serving the poor people, the needy. I should have wholehearted love. It's not a duty. It should not be a duty. I should feel that it's my complete love for the needy. It's my complete love to help the needy in the society. Give me the strength to help the needy in the society with lots of love and affection. That kind of strength I am in need of now. At present, I am badly in need of strength. The strength is to love the needy and help them, to serve the people. When serving the people, I should not have any kind of indifference. I should have full, wholehearted love. I should have complete love in helping the poor people. Give me strength never to disown the poor or bend my knees before insolent might. Oh, my dear God, give me strength. I want strength never to disown the poor people. I should never neglect the poor people. For that, what kind of strength is needed? Give me, please. I should never disown. I should never become away. I should never be away from the poor people. I should always be with the poor people. I should love the poor people. And another kind of strength I want. I should never bend or kneel down before the insolent people. Here it refers, Rabindranath Tagore wants the strength of individuality, that he should never kneel down or stand before or bend before the British, the disrespected, insolent British people. The power of insolent power. They don't know what is respect. They don't know what is politeness. Rude, wild. Before such British, I should not stand and bend. I should not kneel down. What kind of strength is needed for it? Please give me. I worship. I pray to you. Give me the strength not to bend myself before the insolent people, the disrespected people, the wild people. I mean, the British. I don't like to be a slave to them. My country, my people, they should never become slaves to the British. Here, my refers every Indian. It's not his individual prayer. I have already told you it is a universal prayer. So here, my refers every Indian. Give me the strength to raise my mind high above daily trifles. There are many not valid, invaluable, so little valuable things in daily life. My mind should always rise above all these little valuable things. For that, give me the strength. There are so many unnecessary things happening in a daily life when British were ruling the kingdom, I mean nation or India. Above all these things, my mind should raise. My mind should always be a dominating one before the unnecessary things done by the British people. And give me the strength to surrender my strength to thy will with love. Finally, to surrender complete love to you. I wish to surrender my complete love to you, my God. Give me that strength. So with that strength, I can come and offer complete strength to you. My love is totally for you. My love is totally for the God. That means every Indian should offer their love to the God. For that, they should have some strength. Oh my God, give every Indian, give every person in this country goodness, helping nature, and to love the people around him. Give strength for all these things. Finally, to surrender their love to you with fruitful pride, with complete love, they should surrender everything to you. For that, strength is needed. I worship you. Please, I pray you. I pray to you. This is my prayer to you, my Lord. Please give me the strength to have all these things. So, this is a very beautiful poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. When we see very deeply what a beautiful philosophy behind it. It's not individual, it's a universal prayer. భారతదేశంలో ఉన్నటువంటి అందరి కోసం, అందరూ ఎలాంటి పరిస్థితిలో ఉన్నారో చూసి ఆ ప్రజలందరూ కూడా స్వాతంత్రంతో సంతోషంగా ఉండే రోజులు రావాలని ఈ పోయం ద్వారా భగవంతునికి సమర్పిస్తున్నాడు. శక్తినివ్వమని, తన మనసులో ఉన్నటువంటి చెడుని పూర్తిగా తొలగించి అవసరాల్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకందరికీ కూడా సహాయపడేటువంటి గుణాన్ని ఇవ్వమని ఈ పోయం ద్వారా రవీంద్రనాథ్ ఠాగూర్ భగవంతుని ప్రార్థిస్తున్నాడు. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద పోయం. సో హీ prays to God for strength that should give him complete love and affection to help the needy, and they should not be spiritual poverty, that's penury in his heart at any cost. He should always at the service of people. And finally, he asks for strength to surrender his love to the will of the God. And he prays to God for the strength to help the needy. And at any cost, he did not like to kneel down before the rude and wild people in this country. I mean the British, they were ruling. He is praying to God for the strength. That strength should give him equanimity to take, whether it is joy or sorrow, treat in the same way very lightly. So this is a beautiful poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. When we come to the exercise part, there will be a paragraph question. The paragraph question is, how unique is Tagore's prayer to God? Yes, it is a very unique poem, no doubt in it. The prayer is something that we pray to God for our favor, for some kind of benefit for us. But Tagore's prayer is very unique, special, because it is a universal prayer. This prayer is not for himself. This prayer is for the sake of the people of this country. He is praying to God to give all Indians strength. Strength to help the people who are in need. Love people in the society. To take happiness or sadness very lightly. Not to kneel down or bend before the insolent power of the British people. And finally, the strength to surrender his total love to the will of the God. So this is a very unique prayer. When writing this, there should be three paras. The first paragraph is Tagore's poem, "This is my prayer to thee, my Lord," is taken from the Gitanjali, a collection of 103 songs written by Rabindranath Tagore. This is the 36th song in the book Gitanjali. This is not an individual prayer, this is a universal prayer. Gurudev, Vishwakavi, these are the special titles of Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore is not only a poet, he is a writer, he is a playwright, he is a novelist, short story writer, painter, musician, whatnot. A multi-faceted personality. And the present poem is a very different one. It talks about the strength, what kind of strength every person in India needed when this poem was written. Actually, it was written in 1912. At the time, the country was under the rule of British. How badly they treated Indians. So he was not at all comfortable during that ruling. So there is a shade of patriotism to this poem. Yeah, every song in this Gitanjali has some kind of patriotic shade. For example, "Where the Mind is Without Fear." Very beautiful poem. So this is the first paragraph. Second paragraph, this prayer is a unique prayer because when we pray to God, we pray for our favor. But here Tagore prays for the favor of the whole nation. Every person in this nation should have special strengths. The first strength is to beat the poverty of non-cooperation or not helping others. So that bad or evil should be removed from the heart. To remove from the heart, he needed some strength. When bad is removed, automatically the heart is filled with good quality of compassion. So for that special strength, he is praying to God. Actually, this is the second paragraph. What are the other strength he is praying for? To treat joy and sorrow very lightly, to help the needy in the society, to surrender the complete love to the will of the God. So all these strengths he is praying for should be in the second paragraph. In the third paragraph, we can write about general. All poems in all the songs in the Gitanjali are very different. Every song has a uniqueness. Every song directly or indirectly talks about the British rule. And this is the third paragraph. When you write 10 to 50 lines, that becomes a beautiful answer. What kind of strengths do Tagore seek and why? Actually, Tagore is seeking for very special strength, strength to beat the poverty from his heart, strength to treat happiness and sadness very lightly, strength to help the people with lots of love and affection, strength to be close with the poor people, strength to surrender his love to the will of the God, strength not to surrender or kneel down or bend before the insolent British power. So these are the different strengths he talks about. So this should be in the second paragraph. The first paragraph is once again very common, and third paragraph is very common. This is the assignment. You try to write. And when you come to annotation, oh my dear intermediate first year students, this is a very new one for you, because up to 10th class there was no annotation. So annotation is a very different one. Here you should know what are the subtitles that we should, how to write annotation. It should also be in 3 paras actually, or 4 paras. 2 lines or 1 line from the poem is taken and given. Annotate the following. Give me the strength to make my love fruitful in service. This is the line. Reference, where from this is taken. These lines are taken from the poem This Is My Prayer to Thee, Milord, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore is popularly known as Gurudev. He was a multifaceted genius. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature for his major poem, Gitanjali, in 1913. This poem is the 36th song in Gitanjali. It has a universal appeal. Next, context. This is the extract from the poem This Is My Prayer to Thee, Milord, written by Rabindranath Tagore. So these are the closing lines of the poem. The poet prays to God to give him the strength to serve him with love. This is explanation, that is a meaning. Tagore refers to the concept of equanimity. He prays to God for strength to serve people with love. He prays to God to give him strength to care for the difficulties we come across daily. He requests God to convert his love into selfless service. So this is the explanation. And general relevance, Tagore believes that service to man is service to God. Our true love lies in the true service to humanity. So the helping hands are far better than the praying lips. So we should help the poor people. It is the best way. We should believe in service to humanity is service to God. So this is the general relevance. So when coming to the annotation part, any 2 lines may be given from the poem. For the poem, for each annotation, first one, reference is same, general relevance may also be same, context may also be same, but only explanation you should change according to the lines, the actual meaning of the given lines that you should write. So from the poetry or prose, paragraph question and annotation, these are the actually needed from for the examination point of view. So my dear children, you should once again recollect something about the poem. The poem is a very simple, and actually it's a very simple poem that every one of you can easily understand the summary, what each line says, because every line is very simple. The words are also very simple. When you follow 1 or 2 times this, when you listen to this 1 or 2 times, certainly you will understand the summary and you can write answer to any question. A common thing, what kind of strength Rabindranath Tagore is praying for? That is the general question. That is the common thing. So you read the poem, you yourself can understand very easily. It's a very simple poem. And do the assignment given. There are two questions I have given. You write each question in three paras. First paragraph, third paragraph, very common. The second paragraph is the actual content, the subject that you are going to write to the question given. This is the thing. So when you finish your assignments up to date means certainly it will be good for you. Otherwise, everything will become a complex. So let us hope for the better days very soon and have textbook, read each and everything regularly, do something, don't waste your time. Stay safe, stay secure. Thank you very much. Namaste. Jai Hind.
Good morning to everybody. Today, I would like to introduce another chapter regarding to first year theory. Forms of business organizations. 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 In this chapter, we would like to reveal, first of all, what is meant by organization. What is meant by organization? What is meant by organization? What is meant by organization? What is meant by business organization? What is meant by business organization? What is meant by business organization? Next, forms of business organizations, types or forms of business organizations. Forms of business organizations. Forms of business organizations or types of business organizations. Then sole proprietorship business, sole proprietor. Sole proprietorship business, sole proprietorship organization or business, sole proprietorship of business organization. Next, features of sole proprietorship. Features of sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship. Features of sole proprietorship are business. Finally, merits and demerits. Merits and demerits. Merits and demerits of sole proprietorship form of business organization. These are the main contents regarding to forms of business organizations. This is it. Today, I would like to focus my concentration on what is meant by organization, what is meant by business organization, forms of business organization, sole proprietorship business organization, if possible, if time, features of sole proprietorship business organization, and merits and demerits of sole proprietorship form of business organization. First of all, what is meant by organization? Organization is a group of people. Organization is a group of people. Group of people. Organization is a group of people gather together, working together to achieve common desired goal. To achieve common desired goal. So, organizations may be so many types. For example, generally, example, political organizations, then students organizations, then profit organizations, then non-profit organizations, next service organizations, etc. These are the prevailing organizations in the present economic, social scenario. ప్రస్తుతం మనకు కనబడే వ్యవస్థలు ఏమంటే రాజకీయ వ్యవస్థలు, పొలిటికల్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్, స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్, ప్రాఫిట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్, నాన్ ప్రాఫిట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్, సర్వీస్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్. సో ఆర్గనైజేషన్ is nothing but group of people gather together, come together, working together to achieve desired common goal called as organizations. So, for example, political organizations, so many, students organizations, so many, AISF or AISF, All India Students Federation, it is a students organization. Profit organizations, so many profit organizations, maybe so many public sector, private sector, joint sector, APSRTC, telecom, so many. So, profit organization is organization, group of people gather together, working together in order to achieve common desired goal by way of production, supply, distribution of goods and services called as political organizations. Profit organizations. Similarly, service organizations, so many service centers, service organizations, hospitals, education institutions, trusts, etc. Non-profit organizations are so many. Clubs, stadiums, libraries, trust, charitable trust, etc. These are the so many examples for organizations. So organization is nothing but a group of people gather together, come together, work together in order to achieve common desired goal called as organization. Now, what is the business organization? What is meant by business organizations? Business organization. Business organization. Business organization. Business organization. Business organization is a organized entity having group of people. It is an organized entity having group of people working together to achieve common desired goal. So, for desire, the main objectives of business organization is earning profit. So, in order to earning profit, business organizations try to mobilize, first of all, financial resources, in the form of capital or any kind of fixed assets financial resources in the form of capital, assets, and human resources. Number one, financial resources. Number two, human resources. Human resources in the form of labor, workers, employees, technical experts, non-technical experts. All these people are involved in the business organization, extending their services to receive salary, whatever it may be, remuneration. So, human resources, financial resources, human resources, and production factors like land, building, and technology. So, financial resources, human resources, production factors, all resources gather, all resources put in a systematic way, put in systematic way to achieve desired goal, to achieve common goal. So all those our resources, namely financial resources, human resources, technical resources, and production factors, all those resources are put together in a systematic way to achieve common goal by way of production, supply, distribution, and the controlling of production and controlling of business activities, and the controlling of business activities called as business organizations. So, business organization is an organized entity having a people working together, gather together to achieve common desired goal by utilizing financial resources, human resources, production factors in systematic way by way of earning profit. So, by way of earning profit, business organizations operate by way of production, supply, distribution, and controlling of business activities called as business organization. In India, so many business organizations, so many political organizations, so many students organizations, so many non-profit organizations, so many service organizations. So, generally, commonly, organizations may be broadly formal organizations, informal organizations. What are the formal organizations? Non-formal or informal organizations generally. So this is a definition of business organizations. So form of business organizations. Next one, form of business organization. Forms of business organizations. Forms of business organizations. Business organizations means arrangement of ownership and management of business organizations called as forms of business organizations. Arrangement of ownership and management. Ownership and management. Arrangement of ownership and management of business organizations. Arrangement of ownership and management of business organizations termed as termed called as termed as forms of business organizations. Forms of business organizations. Termed as called as business organizations. So business organizations means arrangement of ownership and management of business organizations, termed as forms of business organizations. So ownership of business, it may be single, called as ownership of business, it may be single or individual. Single ownership called as sole trader business, sole trader business or sole proprietorship business, single ownership or more than 2 or 3, more than 2 ownership, more than 2 ownership called as partnership. More than 2 ownership, more than 2 members having ownership called as partnership. And if ownership is in the form of ownership in the form of company called as joint stock company. Ownership in the form of company called as joint stock company. If ownership is with the lies the family members, ownership lies in the hands of family. Lies in the hands of family members. Ownership lies in the hands of family members called as joint Hindu family business. Joint family business. Ownership lies in the hands of the government. Ownership remains in the hands of the hands of government. Lies ownership remains in the hands of the government called as government company. Ownership remains in the hands of the government private called as joint sector company. Ownership lies in hands of ownership lies in the hands of government and private. Government plus private. Government plus private called as joint sector. So these are the various forms of business organizations prevailing at present business scenario. So single ownership called as sole trader business or sole proprietorship business. 2 or more members ownership called as partnership business. Ownership in the form of company called as joint stock company. Ownership lies in the hands of the family members called as joint family business. Ownership remains in the hands of the government called as government company. Ownership lies in the hands of the government and private called as joint sector. This is the examples of profit organizations. These are the examples of profit organizations. So business organizations means arrangement of ownership and management. Arrangement of ownership and management of the business organizations termed as forms of business organizations. So Business in the form of business organizations in the form of sole trader business called as single words called as sole trader. More than two members words called as partnership. Business organization in the form of company called as joint stock company. Business organizations in the hands of lies in the hands of the family members called as joint family business. Business organizations ownership remains in the hands of the government called as government company. These are the examples of business organizations. Business organizations. Now I would like to focus my concentration on types of business organizations. Types of business organizations. Types of business organizations. Forms of business organizations. Forms of business organizations. Business organizations may be broadly classified as under heads of business organizations broadly classified as under heads of private undertaking, private undertaking, private undertaking, private undertaking, private undertaking. Next, public undertaking or government undertaking. Private undertaking, public undertaking, undertaking. That means private sector and public sector. Private sector and public sector. Under private sector, business organizations may be classified as non-corporate, non-corporate, corporate, corporate sector, non-corporate sector, corporate sector, non-corporate sector. Under non-corporate sector, business organizations may be classified as broadly classified as under non-corporate sector, business organizations may be classified as sole proprietorship business, sole proprietor, sole proprietorship business, sole proprietorship business. Number 2, joint Hindu family business, joint family business, joint family business, joint family business. Number 3, joint sector, joint venture business, joint venture business. Number 4, partnership business, partnership form of business organizations, joint venture business organizations, joint family business organizations, sole proprietorship form of business organizations. These are the under private sector business organizations may be classified as number 1, non-corporate sector, corporate sector. Under non-corporate sector, business organizations may be classified as sole proprietorship, joint family business, joint venture business, partnership. Under corporate sector, business organizations may be classified as public limited company, public limited company, public limited company, private limited company, private limited company, and cooperative societies. Cooperative societies. Cooperative societies. Under private sector, business organizations may be classified as non-corporate sector, corporate sector. Under corporate sector, under corporate, business organizations may be classified as public limited company, private limited company, cooperative sector. These are the classification of corporate under private undertaking. So, under public undertaking, public sector, under public undertaking, business organizations may be classified as under public sector, business organizations may be classified as corporative, non-corporative, corporative, under non-corporate, under non-cooperative, business organization will be classified as number one, departmental organizations, departmental organizations, like railways, Indian Railways, SSC board, intermediate board, electricity board. These are the examples of organizations under public undertakings, departmental organizations, boards such as SSC, like examples of SSC board, intermediate boards, electricity board. These are the examples of non-cooperative business organizations under public sector, public undertakings. Similarly, corporative. Under cooperative, business organizations may be classified as number one, public corporations, public corporations, examples, LIC, public corporation, APSRTC, APSC, Andhra Pradesh State, APSRTC, Andhra Pradesh State Road Transport Corporation, Life Insurance Corporation, Reserve Bank of India is also corporation. So corporation is a body framed by the parliament or designed by the parliament, acted by the parliament, called as public corporations. Examples: LIC, APSRTC. These are the examples of public corporations. Next, government company. Number 3, joint sector joint sector. Joint sector. So in joint sector, transport sector, in India transport sector, some states having ownership and private also having ownership on transport sector. ఉమ్మడి రంగంలో ప్రభుత్వము మరియు ప్రైవేట్ వ్యక్తులు కలిపి బిజినెస్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసినట్టు మనము జాయింట్ సెక్టార్ యూనిట్స్ అనేది జరుగుతుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈ మధ్య కాలంలో బ్యాంకులు, బ్యాంకింగ్స్, similarly education systems, these are the government and private. So business organizations may be broadly classified as under public sector, non-cooperative, cooperative. Under non-cooperative, departmental organizations, then SSC board, entertainment board, electricity. These are the examples of non-cooperative organizations. Under corporate organizations, public corporations, Life Insurance Corporation of India, EPS RTC, government companies, joint sector. These are the examples of cooperative business organizations under public sector. These are the business organizations under private sector. These are the business organizations under public sector. Now, I would like to clarify one by one. I would like to tell regarding to various business organizations. Sole trader business organizations. It is one man ownership, single man ownership business in which a single individual, a single person start business, introduce capital, run the business, operate the business, control the business, manage the business, entire profits and losses enjoyed by himself. If entire profit enjoyed him alone, and entire loss can be made by single man. This is the oldest form of business organizations. So, joint family business. Joint Hindu family business. In some states, business activities are looked after by head of the family, Karta, and the family members, co-partners, called as Hindu family business. So, simply we can say, joint Hindu family business, ownership of business may be lies in the hands of the family members, called as joint family business, joint Hindu family business. Then joint venture. Two or more persons are gathered together to achieve, to work common purpose, common service in order to earning money, in order to earning profit, called as joint venture. Joint venture. ఉమ్మడి ఖాతాలు. ఇద్దరు లేదా ఒక ముగ్గురు కలిసి ఒక ప్రత్యేకమైన మనం టేకప్ చేసి ఆ ప్రత్యేకమైన పని అయిపోగానే ఈ బిజినెస్ క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది. దీన్ని మనం జాయింట్ వెంచర్ బిజినెస్ అని అనడము జరుగుతుంది. సిమిలర్లీ పార్ట్నర్షిప్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ ఈస్ మోడిఫైడ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ జాయింట్ వెంచర్. ఇక్కడ మనకు మాక్సిమం 20 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటారు, లేదంటే 10 మెంబర్స్. సాధారణ బిజినెస్ కి 10 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటారు, బ్యాంకింగ్ బిజినెస్ కి 20 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటారు. సో పీపుల్స్ ఆర్ అప్లాన్. It is an agreement between the partners, come together, work together, operate together, run together, and the partnership, entire profit has been distributed, shared among the partners or between the partners. So ownership lies in the hands of the two or more members, called as partnership business. This is a non-cooperative business. Cooperative business. It is a kind of business organizations gathering the money, pulling the money from the public, called as by way of issuing of prospectus and whatever it may be, issue of sales and debentures. So mobilization of funds according to act called as public limited company, private limited company, cooperative societies. These are the cooperative business organizations under private sector. These are the business organizations under public sector. Corporate sector, non-corporate sector, corporate sector. This is a major classification of types of business organizations. Today, I would like to tell the important concept of sole proprietorship form of business organizations. Sole trader business. sole trader, sole trader business, sole trader business. Sole trader business is the oldest form of business organization and simplest form of business organization in human being. So, సొంత వ్యాపారము, సొంత వ్యాపారము, సొంత వ్యాపారము. Sole trader business, సొంత వ్యాపారము. It is the oldest and simplest form of business organization in which a single man started business, introduced his capital, and work is intelligence, in capacity is capacity, and controlling business activities, managing business activities, and everything lies in the hands of the business. Entire profit or losses can be borne by sole trader business called as borne by single man called as sole trader business. Simply we can say sole trader business means single ownership business, one man ownership business in which a single man, he or her, introduce capital into the business, operate the business, control the business, direct the business activities, and the entire decision has been taken by single man. Entire profit has been enjoyed by single man. Entire losses has been borne by single man called a sole trader business. This is the oldest form of business organization. It is simplest form of business organizations. Now I would like to mention features of sole trader business. 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 Features of sole trader. Sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship. Proprietorship. Sole proprietorship or sole trader or sole trader. Sole trader or sole trader business. Features of sole proprietorship or sole trader business. The main important features of sole trader business is single ownership. Single ownership. Ownership. Single ownership. Single ownership. One man ownership. Sole ownership. In which a individual, he may be he or her, introduce capital, run the business, operate the business by way of production of goods and services or selling of the goods and services in order to make profit. Entire profit has been enjoyed by single man, or entire losses has been borne by single man. Entire business activities lies in the hands of the single man. The decisions regarding the business, single man is whole and sole responsible for the business activities, called as single ownership. Next, no separation of management and ownership. No separation of ownership and management. Ownership and management. No separation of ownership and management. In so many organizations, management is distinguished from ownership. For example, just like company. In a company, ownership is separated from management. Owners of the company called as shareholders. But management lies in the hands of the board of directors in joint stock company. But in case of sole trader, there is no separation of ownership and management. Ownership and management are both are same in sole trader business, in sole proprietorship form of business organizations. So, owner, he is a manager. Entire decision regarding the business has been taken by the management. Manager is a manager, is a controller, is a director. He is a owner. All kinds of functions have been performed by single man. So here we cannot separate ownership and management. We cannot separate ownership and management. Both are same. Ownership and management are both are same in sole trader business organization. In sole trader business organization. Next. No legal formalities or less legal formalities. Less. Less legal formalities. Less legal formalities. In order to do stock, in case of joint stock company, so many legal formalities can be fulfilled. So many legal formalities may be needed. Sometimes it may be approval of central government. Sometimes it may be approval of the Supreme Court. Sometimes it may be other higher authorities. So, in case of sole proprietorship, no legal formalities are necessary to start the business. A man, an individual, he may start business at anywhere, at any time, at any point of view, at any kind of business. So, less legal formalities. Sometimes no legal formalities. No legal formalities. No legal. No legal formalities or less legal formalities. In case of joint stock company, in case of stock partnership, there are certain legal formalities are needed to start the business. Whereas in case of sole trader business, any kind of legal formalities are not necessary to start the business. Okay, he start at any way, at any point of time, at any kind of business. So there is no legal formalities are not needed, not necessary. Next, no sharing to others. No sharing. No sharing to others. No sharing to others. In case of partners, there are 2 or more partners, max 20 members. If any profits may be arised, such profit must be enjoyed, must be distributed among the partners or between the partners according to their profit sharing ratio. Here, in sole trader business only one single man. Entire profit enjoyed by himself alone. No share be given to others like partnership form of business organization. Similarly, in joint stock company, profits distributed among the shareholders in the form of dividend. Shareholders are unlimited. They are scattered throughout the country. Here, no members, only single member, only single person can enjoy entire profits. If any losses, entire loss has been bear by single man, sole trader. There is no diffusion of risk, there is no transfer of loss. entire loss, entire profit has been enjoyed by single men. No share be given to others like partnership form of business organizations. Next, unlimited liability. Unlimited liability. Unlimited liability. Today or tomorrow, business environments may be changes taken place. Sometimes maybe profits arises, sometimes maybe profit not arises, sometimes maybe losses also arises. Here, in order to discharge the business liabilities, is there any loss? To discharge such loss, business assets are not sufficient. Personal profit of the personal assets of the proprietor may be disposed in order to recharge the liabilities of the business. వ్యాపార సంస్థలకు ఏదైనా నష్టం వచ్చినట్లయితే ఆ నష్టాన్ని తీర్చడానికి వ్యాపార సంస్థలో ఆస్తులు సరిపోకపోతే వ్యాపారస్తుల యొక్క వ్యక్తిగత ఆస్తులను కూడా అమ్మి తీర్చవలసి ఉంటుంది. వచ్చే నష్టాన్ని మొత్తం కూడా సోల్ ట్రేడర్, ఈ సోల్ ట్రేడర్ మాత్రమే, ఈ ఒక వ్యక్తి మాత్రమే ఈ అప్పులను తీర్చవలసి ఉంటుంది. వెరాజ్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ పార్ట్నర్షిప్, పార్ట్నర్స్ ఆర్ నియర్లీ 10 or 20. ఏదో నష్టం వచ్చినట్లయితే పార్ట్నర్షిప్ బిజినెస్ లో ఆ నష్టాన్ని భాగస్వాములందరూ కలిసి భరించుకుంటారు. ఇక్కడ మాత్రం వచ్చే నష్టాన్ని ఎంత నష్టం అవుతున్నా ఆ నష్టాన్ని మొత్తం సింగిల్ సోల్ ట్రేడర్ మాత్రమే బేర్ చేయవలసి ఉంటుంది. సో ద లయబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ ద సోల్ ట్రేడర్ ఇస్ అన్లిమిటెడ్. Whereas in case of the liability of the shareholder, the liability of the shareholder in Jane Stock Company is limited. The liability of the liability of the businessman in sole trader business is unlimited. There is no diffusion, there is no transfer of loss. So the liability of the sole trader business is unlimited. Sometimes personal properties may be disposed in order to discharge the liabilities to outsiders, called as unlimited liability. Unlimited liability. Next, uncertainty. Uncertainty. So, working conditions, working formalities, operating things can be changes according to his will and his time. ఇక్కడ వ్యాపార సంస్థ మనుగడ ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుందో ఎప్పుడు క్లోజ్ అవుతుందో తెలియదు. అన్సర్టనిటీ. వాళ్ళ పెళ్లి జరిగిందంటే వ్యాపారం క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది. అని శుభకార్యం అశుభకార్యం జరిగినట్లయితే బిజినెస్ మే బి క్లోజ్డ్. అన్సర్టనిటీ. Uncertainty. It may be losses. Uncertainty. So, sole trader business is not at all certain business. Sole trader business is always uncertain business. Uncertain. Sole trader business, he can't forecast things. He can't estimate future things. So that's why. Why? Because there is no called as division of work. Division of work. Entire things, entire work, entire transactions, entire business transactions done by single man. So there is no division of work. Sometimes he may be taking wrong decisions. So uncertainty. Next, single control. One man. One man control. One man control. In partnership, nearly there are 10 to 20 members are there. So, entire business activity is controlled by members of the partners. Majority partners or active partner. Whereas joint stock company, business transactions or business activities are controlled by the owners or as shareholders. They control the business activities and general body meeting every year conducted by the company. So here, only when he may control the entire business activities. He may control the wastage. He may control the unnecessary things in order to increase profit. Such profit has been entire profit enjoyed by single man, one man. So these are the various features of sole proprietorship business organizations. Once again, I would like to repeat: it is a single ownership form. No separation of ownership and management. Here, ownership and management are both are same. Next, less legal formalities or no legal formalities are required to start the business. No sharing to others. Any profit arises, profit has not been sharing to others, like partnership form of business organization, unlimited liability. The liability of the businessman in sole trader business is unlimited. Next, uncertainty business, one man control. These are the silent features of sole trader business. If I would like to tell next class, merits and demerits of sole trader business.